swing
we
you don't
are
like them.
allowed to
This is why
say that we do not like something that we
sex before
originally.
y'all get serious
But
is
hold on,
bad.
lady. Though I want to finish this conversation. So when it comes to
Okay.
vows, though, your marriage vows, what does the marriage vows say? You've been married before, Sierra?
I have never been married, but I have been engaged twice, and I dodged a bullet twice, and thank the Lord that I did. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that, you know, it's right to get into a unionship with somebody that you don't know well. But I also don't think it's right to stay in a unionship that you know is not good for you.
I feel like what's missing in that little conversation is that there's a trauma that both black men and black women are experiencing simultaneously. And it's like for women, you know, I think the elephant in the room is that a lot of us are single. A lot of us want men that are not available to us. A lot of the men are not dating women. A lot of them are in jail, in prison, and that's a whole byproduct of what you're experiencing. And then men are like, okay, well, if y'all saying a man don't do this, a man don't do that, you bitches ain't cooking either. Y'all the new YNs. Y'all the new men. Y'all got gold chains on. Y'all, you know, and I think that we're both experiencing this trauma and we just don't understand each other together. And so you all may feel like, okay, well, you're more masculine. And I think the whole sassy nature of why we're doubting is because of the deficit and the lack. Black women and the available people, the available men to them, it becomes traumatizing because if you are a woman and you go home on Thanksgiving and they're like, you still you still ain't got no kids, you still ain't found nobody, you still ain't brought anybody home. And I think black men are experiencing a separate set of trauma as well, which is why I think that those shots are coming. Like, I think if you can understand a little bit of how women are, like, their lifestyle are evolving in terms of marriage, companionship, partnership, things like that. It's actually not like a shot that we want to take. It's just like, where the men at for us? Because we was watching the same Cinderella story, but we didn't get the prince. We was watching the same trope about, you know, we had the same little cart growing up where they told us, you know, the easy bake oven and the big house and things like that we were changing the baby's clothes. But here we are, grown adults, and we didn't get the kids and we didn't get the husband. And so it's really more of an understanding. And you're right, it doesn't come out well. I think the delivery is poor, but I think the heart of it is that, like, we are in a deficit. Yeah. And when y'all are doing that shit, it's like, please say you ain't another one that's on the other side that we don't have access to again, because we don't have access to viable partners as our other clear counterparts. You know?
What I see, like, that lady, clearly, you know, over 35. When I see people constantly, I'm not even going to say, they making excuses, right? They in jail, they do all that type stuff. They're just making excuses. It really sounds different when somebody hasn't had the luck they were supposed to have or they wish they would have had in love and relationships. That's what you're going to get, unfortunately, for most people. So I don't even know what to say anymore about people that do that, men or women. You know what I mean? So what I'm going to take the moment to do is I'm going to tell people why it's important to get married a little bit younger. All right? Because maybe that's what we need to start doing, is not only do we listen to what these people are saying, we give advice to the younger generation on how they should do things. Who here on the panels wears Jordans? Anybody?
Wearing Jordans?
Wears them. So y'all know Space Jam Jordans, the Jordan 11s, probably arguably the most popular ones, right? What time you got to get up for them shits, Marcus? Like, if you just going to get them from the store?
I don't even know.
Yeah,
probably the day before, or you got to do it.
Yeah, you got to get up super early. You got to have a connect, or you got to get up the day before and go wait in line. So look at how we take that mindset. Everything in life that is precious and valuable, we get up early for it. You got to get it first. You got to get it early. But somehow in love and relationships, we think we can wait till we 35 till we really start getting shit moving. It ain't gonna be left in the store if you wait. Anything worth having, you got to get it early, right? So if you don't want to be left making excuses as to why you don't have a partner and there are men in jail, that really gives me a headache now. Because what I really see, I don't give a fuck what she talking about. All I see is the shame on her face for not having done something sooner. So I'm going to take that clip and I'm going to tell the younger version of her, How about you get serious about relationships right now? Because 25 is 30, especially for women. 25 is 30. If you meet a dude that you are equally yoked with on your 25th birthday, y'all are going to date for 2 years at least. If he gets engaged to you on your 27th birthday, y'all are going to be engaged before the wedding for at least 18 months. You're going to be 29, almost 30. And that's one relationship. So you don't have time to waste. 25 is 30. You know what I mean? So on this particular thing, I just think that, we just got to give better advice to people so they don't really end up in the situation like that lady making excuses as to why we don't have a person we're supposed to spend the rest of our life with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, marriage is hard but fair, right? I think that's the bottom line of it, and I think it's worth it. In terms of the clip, right? You just hear projection mostly, right? Because people will say things that are unfounded. They never even research it. They just repeat the thing over and over, right? There's 1.7 million people in prison altogether, right? Including white people. So even when we say that, it has very little relevance. It's a nominal number in a country full of 360 million people. But people just go with what makes them feel better about their behavior that's unbecoming, which leaves them outside by themselves. And that's really what we hear when people say, I am for this or I'm not for this, either because they were unsuccessful or had success in it. And so generally people push on you what they think worked for them or didn't work for them. And so that's what I hear in that clip specifically. I'm done.
Let's get Sierra. Oh, I don't know, Shan. Shan, you ready to come off the mic? If not, let's go to Sierra. Sierra?
I'm okay right now. Yeah, the only thing I really had to say was I really agree with what the girl said about you really don't have these issues when you actually like the man that you with or the woman that you with. I think that was something that was kind of bypassed. We actually enjoy the time like that you spend with the person that you're with. You cherish that, you enjoy it, and you do everything that you can to make that time and that space safe and welcoming and all of the things that you do. And I think often too, we walk into things that we think are safe and welcoming and all of these things, and then we find out that people aren't who they say they are. And sometimes, that mask was worn for only 3 weeks. Sometimes it was worn for 3 months. And sometimes it was worn for 18 months or even 3 years before it came off and the abuser was, unmasked. But I think that when we think about who we're choosing as our partners, we have to, take accountability in that too. If I don't like the person that I'm with, I'm probably going to treat them like crap. Like, I'm probably going to be irritated by everything that they do because I don't like them. So when we like the people that we're with, then we have a lot less issues with the people that we're with.
I can agree with that, Sierra. I used to believe what you said until I started seeing women that actually like the man that they was with. They do something wrong and shit hit the fan. It's like now they don't like them no more. Now I just like was subjective all of a sudden. So I think it's more than just like. I think people need to grow with understanding who people really are besides the happiness, like, oh, we're doing this together and we bond very well. Okay, but when things are not
I don't think that it's just about liking somebody in the surface level of it. I think that it's not shallow. There's a lot of depth to that. But if you don't even simply like me, then you're not going to respect me. You're not going to anything. But love is different. Like,
I understand, like,
is different. Like,
I understand
but I'm
you don't
not,
like somebody, it's not going to work. I was just talking about women who like their man, that part, not the ones who don't like them. So the ones who like them, I've seen women who love their man and they do shit wrong, consistently. I'm not talking about cheating and all this other stuff, like just simple stuff. It could be he's not clean. Oh, he's getting on my nerves. He don't do this. He don't do that. I want him to do this with me, but he don't like it. And they be complaining all the time. and all of a sudden now they're not attracted to him no more. They're not giving sex to him. Now it's a sexless marriage and all this nonsense. It'd
Because
be
she
women
used
who
to
like
like
they
him. She
men
does
that
not
do that.
currently like him.
Well,
She
that's the
used to like people are allowed to have a change of mind. That's what you're
No,
not like.
that's
Yes,
what
you
marriage
are.
is not supposed
You
to be
can
like
have
that.
in a marriage. If you choose to have a change of mind, that's what we have things like divorce for. But
No, divorce is not
we
for
aren't
that. Change
allowed
of
to
mind.
say as a person, hey, I've been around you for 8 years. 8 years ago, you were a great person. You've taken on tendencies, you've taken on like habits, you've brought people around that I don't like, and I don't like the person that you become.
But
You
can
are
y'all
allowed
figure this
to
out before y'all give up the cakes? Because y'all sleep with these
y'all
dudes
are
and have a swing you
we
don't
are
like them.
allowed to
This is why
say that we do not like something that we
sex before
originally
y'all get serious
But
is
hold on,
bad.
lady. Oh, I want to finish this conversation. So when it comes to
Okay.
vows, though, your marriage vows, what does the marriage vow say? You've been married before, Sierra?
I have never been married, but I have been engaged twice and I dodged a bullet twice, and thank the Lord that I did. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that, it's right to get into a unionship with somebody that you don't know well. But I also don't think it's right to stay in a unionship that you know is not good for you. If
Yeah,
you
but you're
know that
talking about
person
the
is not
most like worst case
you know
scenario.
you
I
don't like
understand
that
that.
person, you know that you're going to treat this person like crap every day because you don't even like their presence, then why are you with them? Don't continue to make yourself and them miserable.
But let's talk about, I get that. I get that. But I'm saying, let's talk about what I was saying about how people do like each other. And you're saying if they change, they have a right to divorce. That's what you said?
I mean, not everybody's in a marriage. You guys want to bring it all back to marriage, and I'm not like I can't relate to the married crap. Like I'm not married yet. Like I want to be married, yes, but like I cannot sit here and talk from that standpoint because I've never been that woman. I've never been a wife. But what I'm saying is if you're with I know plenty of people who have been in 10, 12 years relationships. If you don't like that person, then don't be with them. If I'm married to somebody and I don't like them, I'm not going to continue to be with them.